Hey everyone! We've all heard the great news about phones getting updates for, 7 years now, right? It sounds amazing, keeping our phones fresh and secure for way longer. But, and there's always a but, there's kind of a hidden side to this, and we're already starting to see it. Think about it like this. You buy a car with an incredible warranty that lasts for years and years. That's awesome. But what if, a few years down the road, the car gets a software update that adds cool new features like, maybe advanced parking assist, but your car still has a tape deck? You're getting the warranty and some updates, but maybe not the latest coolest stuff because your car's hardware is older. That's a bit like what's happening with our phones and those long update promises. For example, there was a bit of a stir recently because the Pixel 8 series, which is promised 7 years of updates, apparently isn't getting a new battery health feature that's expected in Android 16. On the surface, that seems odd, right? Why can't a phone that's only a couple of years old get a seemingly simple feature like checking battery health? This gets to the heart of the issue. While the promise of 7 years of updates is fantastic for keeping phones usable and secure for longer, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll get every single new feature that comes out during that time. Brands have set a really high expectation by promising so much, and sometimes when a hyped up feature arrives with a new OS like One UI 8 or Oxygen OS, it might not show up on your older phone, even if it feels like it should work. A big reason for this is hardware. Phones are packed with specialized components, graphics chips, modems, even tiny chips that manage your battery charging. These bits change every year. Bringing a new software feature to older hardware isn't always straightforward or even possible. It's complicated to make sure a new feature works perfectly with older parts. We even saw this with Apple. Apple Intelligence isn't coming to all iPhones, including the iPhone 15 from just last year. It's likely that something similar is happening with that Pixel battery health feature. It might rely on a newer chip that older Pixels just don't have. Looking ahead, the Tensor G5 chip expected in the Pixel 10 is supposed to support fancy features like ray tracing. We definitely can't expect that to come to older phones without the necessary hardware. Now, Google has been working to make software updates easier by separating parts of the code. This helps bring new features like camera improvements, audio and video updates, and even some AI features to older phones, as long as the existing hardware can handle it. However, this separation has its limits. Some features need deeper changes, interacting directly with the phone's core system, the Linux kernel, and the updates to that kernel are happening less often now, especially for phones using third-party processors. This means features requiring those deep, low-level hardware interactions are less likely to make it to older phones through standard OS updates. So while most everyday features should be fine, there are no absolute guarantees over 7 years, particularly in fast-moving areas like AI. There's also the economic side. Keeping phones updated for 7 years is expensive. The money for those updates and the engineers who work on them likely comes from selling new phones. It's a delicate balance. Brands need to keep older phones feeling relevant enough so people don't feel forced to upgrade too soon, but they also need to make new phones appealing enough to keep sales going and fund future development. The promise of long support also boosts the market for used phones, which brands don't directly profit from, even when they talk about sustainability. It seems almost unavoidable that companies like Google and Samsung will hold back some features for new devices to encourage upgrades. When is it fair to say, hey, if you want the latest cool thing, you need the latest phone? Ideally, features would keep coming until the hardware truly can't handle them. But in reality, with innovation slowing down a bit, that's a tough line to draw. So while 7 years of updates is a fantastic step for keeping phones running longer, it's not a magic wand for getting every new bell and whistle. Between managing expectations, the limitations of older hardware, and the simple economics of the phone business, delivering on that promise is more complex than it seems. We'll probably see more examples like the Pixel battery health situation as time goes on. Ultimately, it's a good reminder. Buy a phone because you like what it does today, not just for what it might do in the future. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends who are curious about those long phone updates, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech insights. Thanks for watching.